The cast is on the move. This is it, everyone. Stand by, camera one. Here we go.
5 seasons ago, Team 1 of the SRU shot onto the scene.
Scorpio.
Copy.
An instant success, the show debuted to nearly 10 million North American viewers.
You don't see lady snipers too often. That's kind of sexy. What's that, a Remy 700? I carry a vintage Colt myself. Pro grips. You want to see?
Put your hands where I can see them! Hands where I can see them!
Lower your weapon!
Since then, the fans have lived on the edge of their couches.
Put it down. Put the gun down. You heard me. Put it down.
We did all we could tonight. Hey, I'm proud of all of you. I'm damn proud to be a member of this team.
And it all comes down to this, the final episode.
Sam, we will not lose each other today!
Get up! Sam, get up! Go!
Sam, get out of there now!
The final interview.
There's stuff bubbling up here. How are you feeling right now?
The final salute.
Today is the kind of day that we'll all look back at years from now and remember exactly where we were and what we did. But we have a chance to make choices here that we will be proud of. Today's the day that we did not let fear break us down and turn us against each other. This was the day that we took care of each other. The day that we said no to terror. Together. I want us all to think about how we want to remember this day. It's up to us.
Thank you, Sergeant Parker. We return now to our live
What you think, Spike? Cheesy?
Not cheesy, boss. Guys, thank you so much for sharing this day with us. It's the last day of shooting as a group. Did you have to prepare in a different way today? Enrico, you want to start us off?
Well, it wasn't different at all, because everything that we're going to be dealing with will be right at the surface for every one of us, I think. Last shows are always easy to get to the emotional life of, so yeah, less is more.
Is that true for everyone?
Oof, it's been, what, the victory tour? No. It's been this last 2 months.
Count how many days off you get during a week.
It's been fun.
Rico knows that the luxury of knowing that you're ending and being able to see the end it's a luxury. So he didn't have that on most of his shows. You don't get that to go out on your own terms. And I think we've all at least tried to savor and appreciate and enjoy
There's certainty. There's something in the absolute knowledge that this is it.
Yeah.
Do you savor the minutia of the food, the hellos? Everybody starts saying hello with much more sincerity. Good morning. I mean, you see the same people every morning at almost the same time, and you know.
Night, Ralph.
Yeah. Night, Sam.
When constabulary's duties to be done, to be done. Policeman's job is not a happy one. Happy one.
So it was July 2008. That was when the first episode aired, and we did an interview with you where you predicted that it would be a hit.
Yeah. I'd been involved in some projects that had done well, very well, and I just could tell the chemistry that we all had, and I just had that gut. When I read the first script by Mark Ellis and Stephanie Morgenstern, I just felt it, and as it came together, I mean, I felt that songwriting with bands. It's an innate sensibility sometimes happens, sometimes you get lucky, but I felt that this was our opportunity.
Rico, were you as confident about the show when it first premiered?
I followed his lead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's something about him immediately that was just so confident. And for me, it was just another job.
My character's name is Sam Braddock, and he's a former JTF2, which is, well, believe it or not, those are Canadian Special Forces, and they're badass. They're like British SAS. They're the best of the best, which is a bit of an honor. And he's coming in for his first day to check out this new ETF, which is the Toronto SWAT. My expectations were very high, but at the same time, it was all about what happened in the States, you know? And I think we just didn't know if they were going to accept a Canadian set show in the U.S. And as soon as we got those numbers, and the next week it went even higher, up to 9 million, then it was like, okay, I could see our next 5 years in a flash. It was very exciting.
I watched SWAT, and
Talked to a guy who knew a guy who held a gun once. Because I always wanted to point my gun at a 45-degree angle. And I go, do people really do that? Oh, yeah, man, they do it all the time. I go, oh, okay, cool.
Amy Jo, what were your impressions, your first impressions of these guys down the line?
Down the line or the first impression?
No, your first impressions of this
Oh,
line
down
of
the line?
characters. Yeah, let's start with you, and we'll work our way down the line.
First impression?
Yes.
Intense. And then as I've gotten to know Hugh, he's hilarious. But I found him very intense at first. Rico, just a big heart that is really nurturing. And I still feel the same way.
Like the dating game.
I didn't say this wouldn't be awkward.
Sergio, first impression was incredibly smart and thoughtful.
Oh,
Totally.
that's nice.
And I still have the same impression of Sergio, but he's a bit more mysterious than I had thought he was.
A lot of layers.
Yeah. And David, I don't know. Just you know what? All right, David, first of all, when I met him, I thought he was just a nice guy. But now I know, after 5 years, that he's just a really good guy. Like a really nice, like a good friend.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Those relationships have deepened over the years, because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
not the case with every cast.
Thank God he's funny.
That would have ruined everything, huh?
Coming up.
This way, I was doing about 110 down Yonge Street, and I got pulled over, and the guy was he was hostile, the cop.
Rico, I remember one of the first interviews that we did with you 5 years ago. You said that you were proud that you were able to play this role because of a connection to your brother.
Yeah.
Has that connection deepened with the years passing?
Much deeper. Because of it, I'm now associated with the Temaconter Memorial Trust that deal with first responders dealing with PTSD. And that wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have met those people and been more aware of what first responders really go through. It was just my brother. Now it's a whole team of paramedics and firefighters and police officers all over the world.
It's not just fluff, it is intense. And I mean, these guys who do these jobs, it's fascinating, and we as the public don't see it. You know, we kind of go about our lives, and these people deal with, you know, life and death. It sounds kind of cheesy, but that's what it is.
Sergio, we were talking before that you're a huge comic book fan, but specifically, you are a fan of sort of those iconic superhero teams.
It's true.
Have you ever looked back and thought to yourself that in certain ways, that's what you're playing here? That's what you're part of? Yeah.
That was the template for me when I got there.
Really?
Like, I knew it, because like you're reading the audition too, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is the Justice League. Like these guys, they're all there. Like I liked Superman, I liked Batman, I liked them all. But what I loved was the interaction between all of them when they're on the same team, because that's when you get the textures of the relationships and how they care about each other and how they love each other and how they're all doing it for the same reasons together. And so I was like, I got to join a superhero team. Like, what are the chances of that happening, right?
The kids, like, they look at us like they're seeing, like, Han Solo. Had this kid, his brother and his two kids walking by, and they were looking at me while it was a crosswalk, and then I hear, Flashpoint guy! Flashpoint guy! And they go, like, see, it is.
David, this is not an easy role physically for anybody to play. Who would you say had the easiest time with the running and the shooting and all the physicality associated with it?
Sergio, actually. Because he spent the first 3 years, I mean, he had to really work his fingers a lot on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Whereas we're all, well, at least Hugh and Amy and I are running around. These two got off pretty easy for a couple of years.
How physical did it get?
Well, it could get, there were times when I was thankful that I didn't break a leg or slip or crash a car. Amy we did lose one camera because of
That was my fault.
some
But I
stunt
happen to be
driving.
the best driver.
But it would get hot in our suits, right? We'd lose 10 pounds.
Since then, we've never filmed driving sequences outside.
It's funny how we moved to rear screen.
Really, huh? Let me flip it. Who had the hardest time with anything physical on this show?
Michael Cram.
That's true.
Just because of balance issues.
He's a little clumsy, that guy.
coordination.
Did it ever result in a physical injury for any of you?
Hugh almost lost, you remember that projectile almost
Oh, yeah.
took your eye out?
Yeah, they shot the, what are those things called?
Squibs.
They shoot the squibs, and it went through the shield because they'd put holes in it. Boom, right in my eye, and I had a flash of, it's over. Because I thought my eye was done, but it just hit there, and I got lucky. I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky the Irish.
Yeah, 1 inch to one side or the other, and that would have been it.
Yeah, and that was it. And then I was very, well, first I was hostile towards the intense, and then I was funny.
I got your attention.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna make you laugh.
Now, the show is shot in Toronto. It's set in Toronto, which is, you know, it's unusual for an international series. Now, for the Canadians here, how did that make you feel?
Proud.
Yeah.
First of all, right? I'm incredibly proud.
I can put it this way. I was doing about 110 down Yonge Street, and I got pulled over, and the guy was, he was hostile, the cop, and it was Yonge and St. Clair. Pulled me over, and I'm like, gosh, Flashpoint. You guys are great. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And it was a big deal for the city too. Like that was like all of a sudden Toronto wasn't pretending to be Detroit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretending to be New York. Pretending to be all those
And
things.
it looked sexy. It looked damn good, too.
After the break,
Enrico, there's stuff bubbling up here. How are you feeling right now? Is there an episode that stands out for whatever reason? But
For me right now, actually, these last 2 episodes are my favorites. They really are. The stakes are so high in them that as an actor, I'm having a lot of, oh my God, I have something in my throat. I'm having a lot of fun.
You can cry if you like.
No, I'm not crying. I had a frog in my throat.
I'm all ready to go.
Anyway, the stakes are so high in these last 2 episodes that as an actor, I've been finding it really fun, just like fully diving in, because usually as the cops, we have to be more in control, and the emotional stuff is for the guest stars who get these great, amazing parts.
There was an episode this season where Ed Lane talks to a psychologist, which I loved, because it was about post-traumatic stress. You know, that's something that first responders and real police officers suffer from that isn't talked about enough. It was a big challenge for me as an actor, and that's when I really turned to Rico for help, because it was the episode to make or break my character. And Rico just, you know, he's like my brother. When I need him, as soon as he's done his coffee in the morning, he's there.
He needs his coffee to wake up in the morning? Yeah. A little slow to rise, Rico?
But it's that relationship, you know what I mean? That's what we get, you know, and that's the things that we don't think about when we are on that grind to audition and be successful and look for validation or the nonsense of that. Once you have it, you get to find the people that you care about, and you get to create something with people that mean something to you. I think that transcends the whole idea of acting, and you know what I mean? You find connection, and you find reality in the pieces you work on.
You know, I've been watching you two for this whole thing, and Rico, there's stuff bubbling up here. This is not a... How are you feeling right now?
What he's saying is, what he's saying is, Ben, he's proud that he's here, and he likes to be here talking about various scenes and episodes of Flashpoint. He has great love for the people who have worked with him here, and he really thinks Hugh Dillon is awesome.
You threw out the word brother in talking about Rico.
Yeah.
That's... People throw that stuff. People throw the word family out when it's not really appropriate, but there's something there's a bond here.
This is a team. Team One is a team. And we learned how to live as a team. The success of the show didn't make him more popular, or him more popular, or him more popular. We together as a team were recognized for this show. And that makes us connect in a way that puts us against the world. We are together, we come to work together, together we go through that door together, everything is together, and after 5 years, man, you can't fake that anymore. You can't fake it. It comes into our lives.
We're playing cops and we want to do them right, you know? And so when they come up and they, you know, secretly flash their badges and they don't say anything except thank you, you understand that you're painting them in a good light. You're not painting them as Neanderthals. You're not painting them as donut eaters. You're painting them as people who actually care. And they all became police officers because they cared. You know, things happen, things change, but the essence of why they do it is what this show's about. Is the care, is the heroism, is the, you know, risking your life for the sake of protecting others. You know?
Would you say that the show, I mean, if this relationship is on and off camera is central, and the relationship itself has improved and grown over the years, is the show better today than it was on day one?
Yeah.
Yeah?
This season will prove that. It's just an incredible, all of us.
You should have seen how we got our uniforms on the first season. It was like, how does this
Guys,
like, what is that?
where does this go?
Is that, I think I need some tape. I don't
Oh, well,
know.
if he has tape, I need tape.
And now, you know, season 5,
Yeah.
We're gone. At what point did you guys know that you were on a set that was growing into a family?
To me, it was that first roast, pig roast you had, where Michael Graham tripped in the woods, and we had like we all laughed. We must have laughed for 90 minutes straight, and it was close to the end of the season. The sun was out, and it was just one of those magical days. And I think that was what, season 2? And that's when I really felt. I really felt like, you know what, these are my guys.
Can we talk about this pig roast for a second? What?
This guy.
Is this a...
Well, it was an
this guy.
Italian thing, you know. We just Frankie Gentile and Paolo Perrin, who are the gaffers and the grips, the keys on the show. We were like Italian guys, so we have that in common. And started salivating when we were outside shooting in a park. We kept looking. Well, you know what this park needs is a pig. There's a little porchetta. And Frankie goes, you know, I know a guy. The next thing you know, he comes in with his car. It's in the back of the trunk. I pay him a little cash. Next thing you know, vegetarians are turning, and they're all like salivating over the pig.
Up next.
You're gonna miss about me.
What am I gonna miss about you?
I don't know. Say something nice.
Enrico, what are you going to miss most about Amy Jo?
Amy Jo has a beautiful ability to remind me of life outside the moment and how bigger life is. She's my go-to person when it comes to taking those crazy chances and really believing in the power of creativity.
Amy Jo, what are you going to miss most about David?
I'm gonna miss sitting in the car for 5 hours at a time, talking
Oh, you can say that.
talking crap, whatever, and just laughing and giggling, and some of those car moments are pretty fun, yeah.
David, what are you going to miss most about Sergio?
Wow. Sergio is pure at heart. To me, he's what I would aspire to be as an artist. I learned actually probably the most from Sergio, and just how he was able to be all heart.
Sergio, what are you going to miss most about Hugh?
He's a big brother. He's been my big brother on this show from the start, watching out for me in a kind of tough love, but love kind of way. And I could always count on it, and I could always believe it to be true.
And Hugh, what are you going to miss most about Rico?
It's the same with all of these guys, because I know that when I get my phone out and I see any of their names, it's an immediate connection. And if they need me or I need them, I know I can count on them. That's why I don't feel it. I don't feel that part over. I feel the characters.
Just make it up, buddy. You're gonna miss about me.
What am I gonna miss about you?
I don't know. Say something nice.
Your need to get in my shot. When I have a nice piece of dialogue that I would like to talk to Mr. Mulrooney about, now it's a 2-shot.
Still to come.
We're doing it. We're doing it. Holy cow, are we doing it?
David, you know, finales are never small events. And this one, you've got special guests on this one.
Yes, I had an opportunity to bring my parents into the universe, and so I flew them out as a kind of a gift, thank you, I don't know what, and they ended up having a blast. They got to be on set, they got to be in the movie, so to speak, and that was a highlight for the season for me, for sure, to have my dad freaking out and, you know, checking his makeup and making sure everything's working.
Were you nervous for that?
Shabby suit.
Yeah. I got to have my mom and dad come and play Sam's mom and dad, which is a thrill, and came all the way out from Vancouver to do it. And they got choked up. They were great actors.
I have to say that he sounded as authentic here as he did at the real wedding.
Hey now, come on.
Were you nervous for them?
I was nervous for the show. I didn't want them to, ruin the takes or anything. Yeah.
Your dad had a hard time. Yeah, background. It was hard for his dad's background because like you're not supposed to talk at background. And I'm standing next to him. People come over to meet, Sam's dad. Like, hey, how are you? I get louder than you guys. Like, no, we gotta. Oh, all right. How do you guys do this?
He would forget every time.
Does anybody else have any secrets that they can share about this finale?
The energy level that we are committed to at this this finale will not only destroy character perceptions you might have. You know what I mean? It'll send you to another stratosphere of adrenaline and emotion. We can promise that, right?
Can anyone else top that?
You can't. That's why he's good.
It's like, how do you do that, right? We're doing it. We're doing it. Holy cow, are we doing it?
Today, where does Flashpoint stand on sort of, for you personally, in terms of the professional experiences that you've had?
#1 in my books, absolutely. Yeah, best 5 years, best chapter, and we'll have this forever. We've left a legacy.
Rico, are you gonna miss it when people call you boss?
Yeah.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna miss it when people stop calling me Sarge.
You're gonna have to take it off your license plate now.
So this is not the last we will see of Flashpoint, but thank you so much, and all the best to each and every one of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
And now we should go. You guys have to finish shooting.
Yeah.
Step.
Rico, can I take a gun?
You know what? I think they're not locked. I think we can get you something. You want an MP? You want a...
Just something. Just something to protect the home.
You know what?